Sonic 3 hasn't even hit theaters yet, but fans have already begun to speculate about what Sonic and his friends will do next. Based on the Sonic 3 trailer, the film is already overcrowded, leaving plenty of storylines and characters for future sequels. News of Sonic 3 and a TV show centered on Knuckles the Echidna leaked out before Sonic the Hedgehog 2 hit theaters. Following the film's release, fans had a sneak peek at what could come with Sonic 3. Ben Schwartz disclosed important information about the third movie, which raised the anticipation. "It's going to be bananas. It's going to be crazy. I can't wait," he remarked. Considering how Sonic 2 ends, it's reasonable to refer to what's coming next as bananas. However, Schwartz was unable to provide too many details about Sonic 3 or what lies ahead for the franchise. That being said, I can't help but wonder if this will be the final installment in a trilogy, or if there will be more Sonic movies. There is currently no information regarding what will happen after the third film or the Knuckles series, but based on what Shadow's introduction says, we may be able to conclude the story at 3 or delve further into Sonic's past. Given that Shadow will almost certainly begin as an antagonist, his tale may or may not be contained in a single film. Not every character that makes an appearance in Sonic Adventure 2 has, however, been featured in the film series up to this point. Rogue the Bat and Amy Rose have not yet been confirmed for the film, but Shadow is the most important newcomer due to his significant role in the game.
You're a colorful bunch.
Being one of the original characters developed for the video game series, Amy in particular comes as a surprise. It would be wrong for her not to appear soon, even though the conclusion of Sonic the Hedgehog 2 did not allude to her arrival. The fact that Amy plays such a significant role in Sonic Adventure 2 is one of the main reasons Amy is being suggested for Sonic 3. In the last story chapter of the game, the space station where Shadow was created, Space Colony Arc, is programmed to crash into Earth, potentially resulting in a catastrophic end-of-world scenario. Shadow remembers that he had promised Maria he would help save humanity before she passed away when Amy begs him to do so. Shadow would not have helped Sonic stop the Ark from destroying the planet if Amy hadn't said those words. Even though Amy plays a significant role in Shadow's character development in the games, it appears that the main plot of Sonic the Hedgehog 3 may not include Amy. It would make sense for the movie franchise to introduce her sooner rather than later though, considering how long-lasting she is in the series and how noticeable she becomes later in the games. Thanks to one unexpected medium, she might make an appearance in the movie even if her major role in the story isn't guaranteed by her inspiration from the Sonic the Hedgehog 3 game. Although anything could happen in the post-credit scene of Sonic 3, Amy's introduction would be the ideal way to start the next adventure. Her movie debut could be rescheduled for the post-credit scene. This would give her a place in the film and explain why she hasn't been confirmed yet, even though it would remove her from Shadow's story in the movie's universe. It may also pave the way for a game adaptation of the one she made her gaming debut. Amy initially made her appearance in the '93 video game Sonic CD, where the story revolved around Robotnik's use of Time Stone artifacts to carry out his most recent evil plan. One of Sonic's most enduring enemies and robotic rival, Metal Sonic, is also introduced to the series in this game. It wouldn't be shocking if Amy's introduction in the movies mirrored how significant the concepts from the game became to the Sonic the Hedgehog universe. Possibly, rather than playing a role in Shadow's tale, she ushers in a Sonic CD version of Sonic the Hedgehog 4. Amy could be more easily introduced as a new hero on Sonic the Hedgehog 4 if her debut occurs during a Sonic CD adaptation. This would give her enough time to become a direct force against the new threat that they face and develop a bond with the group, like her crush on Sonic. Her arrival might also provide a more solid foundation for Metal Sonic's premiere, possibly granting her a more significant role in the narrative when it's adapted for the big screen. Sonic the Hedgehog 4 could confirm that Metal Sonic originated from the quill that was still in Dr. Robotnik's possession in addition to her physical appearance. This would make the namesake of the franchise, Metallic's iteration, even more menacing, maybe necessitating Amy's assistance in taking him down. Amy would even become a more significant character in Sonic the Hedgehog 3. She made an appearance in the post-credit scene rather than the main film. This could help her put in a more complex setting for the upcoming adventures as well as the fourth film. Although it's still possible Amy might be better off appearing in a post-credit scene rather than during Sonic the Hedgehog 3's event. events. If we wait for her to appear, it would give a more in-depth characterization because we are setting the stage for a Sonic CD adaptation. Her potential as the next major Sonic the Hedgehog character in the film universe makes her a likely candidate, so it wouldn't be shocking if she made a brief appearance and helped set the stage for a new adventure.
Not bad, Amy.
And then there's Knuckles, who may have just proven to be a villain in Sonic 4 after 2006 allusion to the titular antagonist of the main game. The cop is shown in Episode 4 experiencing the strangest scene in the Sonic franchise while on his own, despite the majority of the show being about Knuckles and Wade together. Wade is rendered unconscious following his capture by bounty hunter and rival bowler Jack Sinclair. The dream is triggered by the ghost of Knuckles' ancestor, Pachacamac. Wade plays the Red Echidna as a protected musical number that narrates the tale of the young warrior. Nevertheless, out of all of the Sonic the Hedgehog Easter eggs in Knuckles' musical sequence, the most notable one might have also indirectly revealed the identity of the Sonic 4 antagonist. Many recognizable aspects from the video game series are featured in the bizarre hallucination sequence in Episode 4, along with a few badniks from the original game. This features the iconic Green Hill Zone design. Nonetheless, the primary object of this sequence is to unveil a movie that Knuckles named The Flames of Disaster, which became active after he vanquished a fire demon. The musical number then features a gigantic demonic puppet as its main foe, which Wade, dressed as Knuckles, must ultimately vanquish. Even though the series doesn't give this fire demon a name, it has a similar appearance to a major foe in the 2006 video game Sonic the Hedgehog. During the game, Knuckles uses the name The Flames of Disaster to refer to the lava-like monster when he moves the Echidna. Although it doesn't seem to be setting up Sonic the Hedgehog 3 before it releases, the fire demon's appearance might be a hint at a later installment in the franchise.
I only eat grapes. And Cool Ranch Doritos.
Iblis is one half of Solaris, an immortal godlike interdimensional creature that wants to destroy time itself in the Sonic the Hedgehog video game series. 10 years before the 2006 game, the antagonist of the title was split into two forms as a result of an experiment known as the Solaris Project. Elise the girl eventually contained the rock-infused lava monster known as Iblis. A significant portion of the game's narrative revolves around how in the future, when she weeps, she sets them free, causing a global catastrophe that wipes out most of humanity. Along with Iblis, the other half of Solaris is Mephiles the Dark, who, after being unintentionally freed from the Scepter of Darkness, assumes the form of Shadow the Hedgehog. It takes the transformation of Sonic, Shadow, and the newcomer, Silver the Hedgehog, into their super forms to defeat those two when they reunite to form Solaris. Though the backstory seems to have a very different context by the end of Knuckles, the antagonist's role as a component of a greater whole may make him the most dangerous threat in the Sonic the Hedgehog films to date. Iblis could potentially appear physically in Sonic the Hedgehog 4 now that Knuckles has proven that he exists in the film's universe. Moreover, in contrast to Robotnik's earthly threat and Shadow's artificial one, it could be the first antagonist in the series to originate from Sonic's homeworld. In addition, the producer of the franchise previously stated in an interview that upcoming movies will be Avengers-level events. Iblis's appearance would be consistent with this perspective. A major antagonist after Sonic's 3 story could be him, considering how dangerous he is. Smash that subscribe button and I'll see you in the next video.